Good morning, people. It is, what is it today? Tuesday, the day of recording, 20th. It's 10 days left of the transfer window. And boy, are we expecting some snowballing effect and domino effects. We have some exclusive news to share with you, some exclusive insights. Ugarte, it is heating up. It's going to be a very much done deal very soon. We're going to talk about McTominay and Alfredo Pedulla and all that jazz. Listen, there's a lot of things to dive in this morning. Stretch your arms and legs, get the blood flow going, whatever you're drinking. Cheers, pin back your ears, smell the coffee going into your pores. Manchester United are moving bits on the market. And in the background as well, have a very special guest coming to have us talk to you. Sal Warner, of course, from Stratford Post. Guys, you know what to do. If you haven't done it yet, you know exactly the routine. Like and subscribe. And here we go. Let's bid.
Welcome to MUFC Realist TV Transfer Corner and Rating Show. Buckle up. Here we go.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
And good morning to you, Mr. Salvatore Sal Warner from Stratford Post, all the way coming back from Naples, as you're back in normal settings, aren't you, Sal? Last time we spoke, you were in Italy eating baba.
I was,
Yes.
and I've done a little freestyle, didn't we? We did a little freestyle for each other.
We did.
And it wasn't that bad, actually. Nothing's developed off that. No record deals yet, unfortunately.
Yeah. No record deals. No, of course, we need an agent, Sal, like players needs agents too. Why do players need agents? Come on. We're utilizing a super agent for Ugarte deal, and that is Jorge Mendes. Right? This guy is not really the agent of Ugarte, but he is the intermediate, the super agent. He's being so crucial for United this season. 3 deals. He wants to make a trilogy. 3 deals done. And apparently, Sal, this is what we've been saying on this channel for 1 month. Loan with an obligation to buy. That seems to be on the cards as well. What's your thoughts and feelings regarding that? Because we're going to dive into that story straight away as well.
Yeah, it's a story that broke a while ago. Obviously, yourself, we were reporting it a long time ago that it could be a loan with an obligation to buy. I like this deal, to be honest with you. We can save some money and maybe put the money towards another signing, a left back or a midfielder, or an attacker, for example. Which would be good if we could save money on the Ugarte deal. Why not? But an obligation to buy obviously means that we have to have the money at the end of this season, next summer, to buy him, because it's an obligation to buy. So we have to buy him. To be honest with you, it's not like a loan that if he doesn't work out, we can just cancel it and that's it. Depending on the break clause, of course.
Yeah, in a way, Sal, that means that, it's like you're buying a deal, like, buy now, pay next year. Like, so you basically don't spend anything. That means that you free up your budget for other targets that you can do within the 10 days left on the window, like a left back or like another midfielder or something like that. Free ups the budget. But I think it might be a small fee involved in the beginning, and then that was shaved off at the next year's budget. Let's say if they agree on 45 million for Sal.
Yeah, exactly. There will be a little fee, of course, and if not, there will be some kind of interest. I don't think PSG wanted to do this deal particularly. I think they wanted a cash deal, but we don't have the money. So if they can make money from the deal, I mean, obviously we're offering about 41 million at the moment. Yeah. it's going to go up probably to around 50 altogether. If
but at the end of the day, like, you know, the player forced to move, the player helped himself, like, you know, and also they shot themselves in the foot to say, well, you're not going to be part of the squad. It's a very expensive thing. So it's been like kind of a war of attrition. People asking, why is it taking so long? Well, this is transfers. This is like hardcore negotiation. Who blinks first? And United don't want to sort of lose the battle so far. They had a perfect transfer window, winning everything and doing on their terms in amortizations and lowering down the fees and XYZ, you know, to be honest. But I did, you know, I said this on July 18th, basically, to say, like, you know, breaking Man United have agreed personal terms with Ugarte. However, contract is discussed 4+1 player keen to move to United. He only wants United. And the original thought that he wanted to be part, they wanted to bring him on the US tour, but it's been taking some time. And United sort of pulled away a little bit to focus on Matthias de Ligt and Mazraoui. There's been also hardcore negotiation, which they won that battle, right? But however, clubs talks continue with PSG for solution, Loin with an obligation, an option to buy, straight buy. Omar Barada is heavily involved with Jean-Claude Blanc, ex-PSG CEO. Jorge Mendes is again involved as a player representative. He represented Euro and João Neves, many, many more. So this is now, according to Fabrizio Romano, coming out to say again, he retweeted what I tweeted as well with a pair of eyes, like, so keep your eyes on this one. So this is when Fabrizio kind of keep his eyes like this, means that something is about to happen within the next couple of days.
Yeah, I feel like with Fabrizio, there is, you feel it in the air, and I feel like it could have been done yesterday or today. But as long as it's done by the end of the week, I'll be happy. It's been, I mean, we agreed personal terms over a month ago, wasn't it? So, you know, the deal should have been done a long time ago at the end of the day. But it's been PSG have been digging their heels in the sand and not being a pushover. And we're not pushovers either. Before we would have crumbled and we would have paid the money. But now we seem to be more astute when we're doing the deals. We're basically doing other deals, for example, loan deals, for example, like that, and with an obligation to buy, which you wouldn't have done before. We just splashed the cash on the player. Hopefully this week it'll be done. There'll be here we go. I mean, Fabrizio Romano, you know, if as long as he says here we go, by the end of the week I'll be happy. If he's on the bench against Brighton.
What I've been hearing is it's going to be a here we go very, very soon. I mean, Jorge Mendes has been going back and forward to Manchester. Now he's sitting with PSG board and talking about this to iron things out. So it's just a matter of fact, agreeing the financials and the terms and everything and the image rights. And here we go, basically. Anyway, how rude of us. Big up everyone that's tuning in this morning. How you all doing? We have Robert in the house to say, what are you saying, Robert? So it's a loan deal and PSG wanted Man United time for 1 month. What a shame. Oh, they wasted the time for 1 month, but it's called astute negotiations. It's what you said. You know, they were digging the heels. They needed the money. I mean, PSG spent money on what? João Neves. They spent money on, what's his name? Desiree Doué. Many, many players. So they needed the cash. But at the same time, they went out in the media. Well, actually, what's his name? The manager. What's his PSG's name? Manager? Okay. Luis Enrique.
Luis Enrique, yeah.
Yeah. He did a mistake by speaking that he's not part of my plan, right? So it's a very expensive player to keep on the bench. He's not going to be part of the squad. So eventually PSG is going to lose, right? United was adamant to say, we're not going to meet your valuation of £51 million. There was a story that, okay, we slapped a 60 million evaluation on Jaden Sancho. So there might be a like-for-like swap, but that seems to be out of the door. So basically, this is the only option, like loan with an obligation to buy. That means that you take him now and you pay next year. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you're going with Klarna. You know what I mean? You buy something on eBay or something like that, or Amazon. Pay now, interest-free for 12 months. Yeah?
Except I feel like PSG will add the interest at the end of it, I'm sure. That's the thing. Yeah, 10, 20 million, definitely. The only thing is we need to be careful is if there is a break clause in the contract. If it doesn't do well, obviously we're putting ourselves at risk here at the end of the day. But we hope it goes well. But it could also work the other way as well. If there is a break clause, if he does really well, PSG might want him to come back, or they might raise his price. You know, so it depends.
I mean, they were quite adamant. PSG say no option. It's just obligation. We need the money. And United want him because United scouting department has to identify this is the key player that we need in the midfield. But big up, Jamie Wynn in the house, John O'Connell coming in with a question as well. Morning, Mick. Hope you're well. If we get Ugarte, will we sign a second midfielder? We're going to talk about that. I believe so. I believe so. And I saw your question, so we will come back to you. 100%. Elite Baller is in the house. Amrabat, yes, we're going to talk about Amrabat as well. Jeffrey Osei, I still think what you're saying here, Jeffrey, I still think we need one more midfielder after Ugarte. Everyone's talking about second midfielder, right? So we're going to talk about that. But listen, big up for everyone's tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like. And if you are new, never seen Sel Warner, please go check out his channel as well. So you can promote your channel at the end of this video as well as we go. But let's bring in Fabrizio Romano on the stage because he was the one that came out yesterday. And when Fabrizio speaks, everyone listens, right? So let's go with Fabrizio, your friend from Naples, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah.
Manuel Ugarte, another topic that we never left here on the channel. We know that we always had many stories on many midfielders. Someone said at some point that he was no longer a priority for Man United. I'm told that he's always been a priority for Manchester United. The real issue has always been the price. Now, what's basically going on is that Man United and Paris Saint-Germain, with Jorge Mendes, the agent of Ugarte, the agent of Giroud, leading the conversations, they are also discussing a loan with an obligation to buy. It means that it's still a permanent transfer, but allowing Man United to start paying from next summer 2025, and probably spread this payment over several years.
So spread the payments over several years. Again, United win because they say, okay, we'll do this deal, but with amortization, spread it, next year it's not going to be 50 million cash up. It's going to be spread in 3 installments, which is brilliant. United win again. Let's continue, Fabrizio. Allora.
Negotiations are ongoing. Let's see if Man United can find a solution. Ugarte, I told you, and I keep repeating because it's a daily situation, is pushing like crazy to go to Manchester United. So Ugarte is insisting. Ugarte is pushing. Now Manchester United working with Paris Saint-Germain. One of the alternatives they had in the list, not the only one because they have several, but one of the alternatives was Sander Berge. Is in London today to have a medical at Fulham. So Sander Berge is going to Fulham, £20 million plus 5 in add-ons. It means that they are not signing Scott McTominay if the deal for Berge will be completed, and it means that is one alternative less in the list of Manchester United with Ugarte, still the priority.
So, Sal, let's talk about the full story, what's really going on behind the scenes here, right? So we, out of nowhere, you heard this, that Scott McTominay is not going to sign for Fulham. And all of a sudden, Fulham were not even linked to Sander Berge. There was our target. But obviously, we told what I've been hearing. Scott McTominay rejected Fulham. Scott McTominay only wants to go to play in Serie A. I have some evidence regarding last year with speaking to Alfredo Pedulla. Scott McTominay's dream is to play in Serie A. And so he rejected everything. That means that on the snowballing effect, Napoli has something concrete in advance with Scott McTominay. Personal terms agreed. That means that United are moving. They can move on the market right now. And also, Jorge Mendes advised Manchester United, said, listen, guys, why risk? Why wait to the end of the window? This is the best opportunity. This is what I propose. This is what PSG will accept, along with an obligation to buy the installments, which is astute business, right? So that means, again, United might sell Scott McTominay on £30 million, what I've been hearing from Alfredo Pedulla. And I believe that Fulham walked away because they only wanted to offer like 25 plus 5 add-ons, and United always said 30 million. Now, the instigator with Napoli, in my opinion, and my understanding, is Conte. He really wants him, and that's the thing, right? So this is the snowballing effect, and we're talking also about, how can Napoli afford it? Well, Napoli basically will buy Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea. Yeah, and include cash for the Osimhen to Chelsea because Todd Bowley is crazy. Todd Bowley wants another striker. He's not happy with Jackson. He walked away from the 85th minute, not happy. So basically, Chelsea's doing mad things. I don't know where they get the money from, but this is what I've been hearing, and this is what Scott McTominay is waiting for. They said to Scott McTominay, "We want you. We're willing to pay 30 million for you, and whatever money we get left, we will also sort of utilize to have, like, you know, the Romelu Lukaku. So Romelu Lukaku and Scott McTominay is what Conte wants, and he sees him as a prime specimen or target, like to play in the midfield. Your initial thoughts regarding this, what I just mentioned, marrying into what Fabrizio Romano is saying as well. Does this make sense?
It does. Sometimes it makes too much sense, doesn't it? For Manchester United, we usually don't make sense a lot of the time. But in regards to Scott McTominay, it's quite obvious that he rejected Fulham, which led to Fulham putting in a bid for Sander Berge, which medicals already planned for that. So we agreed a fee with Fulham for Scott McTominay, according to rumours. So we agreed a fee, and we were ready to sell him to Fulham, but he doesn't want to go to Fulham. As you said, his heart is set on Italy. He wants to go to Naples. Napoli are not doing too well, lost 3-0 at the weekend to Verona. So they need something in there. They need someone solid in there who can play in that midfield. Their midfield is very weak. They've declined a lot in the last couple of years since the Serie A title. So I won't be surprised. He's a typical Conte player as well. I believe that Conte was interested in him as well before at Tottenham, I believe it was. So.
Even Jose Mourinho was interested last year with Roma, to be honest. Right? So you're right, because Serie A is a little bit of a slower league, 100%. He will fit in like a glove. Even Harry Maguire will fit there as well. All the slower players will fit there. Like, you know, even Jaden Sancho, which is also reported that the Juventus is now coming back after the sale of Chiesa. They're back in the interest. Dortmund is also reporting to come back now. This is a silly season, 10 days left of the window. Clubs coming in thinking they can make a deal. Fulham came in and say, well, hang on a second. We hear Napoli is interested. Similar to what we did with Ugarte. We said we're kind of a little bit walking away and come back. So sometimes they come back, and they just did. And they got a snub from Scott McTominay. Say, I don't want to play in Fulham. I don't want, that's fine. And that's why they went for Sander Berge instead. They probably informed Sander Berge camp as well that there must be that deal is done with Ugarte in a way behind the scenes as well. And there's some advanced talks with Napoli regarding Scott. They're just waiting for the funds so they can actually fund Scott McTominay. So it's that snowballing effect,
Yeah, exactly. And it does seem like Sander Berge's been told that Manchester United are close to signing Ugarte on a loan with an obligation to buy. It just seems like too much of a coincidence that suddenly he's going to Fulham 100%, where he's going to Man United just a couple of days ago. So, yeah, it just seems obvious that he was that Manchester United have agreed a deal with PSG for Ugarte, just waiting for the official announcement. And Sander Berge goes to Fulham. I would have liked both of them, to be honest. It would have been great to get both of them, but we don't have the cash to splash, if you know what I mean.
True. Now, I spoke to Alfredo Pedulla, the brilliant Italian journalist that is a friend of mine and a friend of the channel. And I remember we had a conversation last year about all the signings that we got from, we did several podcasts regarding Onana, regarding Rasmus Højlund. Spot on. And I remember we had a conversation regarding Scott McTominay. I'm just going to pull up to the stage. Hang on a second. So... Hang on a second. Sal, where did you go? There you are. So, I asked Alfredo Pedulla regarding Scott McTominay because there was genuine interest from Serie A. Scott McTominay, according to Alfredo, always had a dream to play in Serie A. You wonder why. And reports saying that Scott McTominay wants to leave as well. That's the thing. But who wouldn't go to Italy to eat some baba, some pasta, some good food, huh? Barabish.
Barabish, da post, tutto bene.
Tutto bene. Let's see. This was from last year with 100% when I spoke to Alfredo about this situation regarding Scott McTominay. I asked him the question, actually.
Perfect. Regarding one story, if you know Scott McTominay, is it true that Jose Mourinho from Roma is interested in Scott McTominay?
Allora, è vero che piace, ma è vero che la Roma non ha la disponibilità economica.
Yes, Mourinho likes it, but he cannot afford.
He could not afford it.
Lo United non decide di dare in prestito, ma non credo.
At least United wants to borrow him.
Ma non credo.
Lend.
Infatti la Roma sta prendendo Renato Sanchez in prestito.
Roma is negotiating for Sanchez.
Quindi Mourinho lo apprezza molto.
Mourinho likes him a lot.
Ma non c'è il budget per farlo.
But there is no budget.
È più facile farlo al West Ham a 35-40 milioni?
It's easier with West Ham, 30-35 million.
Perché la Roma non ha quel budget per prendere un centrocampista.
Because Roma football club cannot afford.
So basically, Alfredo was last year to say that, Jose Mourinho likes it, but they cannot afford it, and the price was 35 million, right? So he was very much in for having it, right? Manchester United was important to say we want 35 million. Now the price is 30 million, of course, because 1 year left on this contract. But still, there's genuine interest for Scott McTominay. Everyone is impressed. And Conte was the manager in the Premier League for Chelsea last time as well. And wasn't it also Spurs? So he knows Scott McTominay, his abilities. So Conte is now really pushing for Scott McTominay because he knows that Scott McTominay will fit in that system in Serie A.
It's a perfect league for him. As you said, it's a slow league. It's more tactical in regards to that. They won't take any prisoners over there. I would say that he has to perform every week as
Diego Maradona knocking on the door.
You got Don Scott. They got Diego Maradona Stadium over there. They've got legends over there, so they got an expectation in regards to players. So Scott McTominay needs to go out there and he needs to really set the world alight. Otherwise, he's going to be having problems. But I would applaud Scott McTominay if he goes to Napoli. It would be a very, very big move for him, and a very brave move as well in regards to that.
Did you understand, Alfredo? Do you understand Italian?
Yeah, I understand bits and bobs. Yeah, wife's Italian, so I can speak.
No, his English is so right. So I tend to use translator sometimes. His son as well, Francesco. You know what I mean? So he understands, but he's a funny guy. Yeah, but he's been spot on so far. He's been leading the tweets regarding Scott McTominay amongst the others. And I asked him, and he said 30 million pounds will be what they will pay for him, and they're just waiting to free up some funds. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that is kind of the snowballing effect where you can look at the indication. If Scott McTominay turned down Fulham and Fulham went for Sander Berge, I mean, something is advanced happening, both for Ugarte and both for Scott McTominay. But as what we say, we don't believe it until we see the signature, the ink dried on the paper and he's holding up the shirt, right? True?
Exactly. That's it. Until he's holding up the shirt, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Good morning to you, Barman, as well. Jeffrey is saying Jeffrey's saying, what if Napoli is not able to do this deal? It means that Man United will lose. Well, not really. I mean, Man United are happy to keep Scott McTominay. It's been widely reported as well, but if they get an important bid, that means that it is a positive on the transfer market because Scott McTominay is a homegrown talent. That means that it's pure profit on the PSR FFP, right? However, it's not a loss either because he's on 60K. But the personal terms, according to my opinion, if he moves to Milan, it's going to be double the wages, and he's going to be a full-time starter. So will it happen? I think it will.
I think it will happen. Problem is Napoli. The ball's in Napoli's court. They haven't got a lot of money. They have to do have to sell as well. There are a couple of players who are scheduled to leave the club, so we're waiting on that. They do have to sell. That's why they were offering 23 plus incentives, which adds up to about 30 million at the end of the day. So we have to hope that they get the money together. McTominay's desperate to go. They agreed personal terms. And I'll be happier him go abroad than play in the Premier League because that he's going to cause us problems. You know that.
I mean, of course, if you Scott McTominay, of course, he evaluated his option. Do I want to play in the mid-table Fulham? No, I'm not going to win anything. I'm going to play Napoli, potentially. Good climate, good food, change of picture, potentially get up to play in Champions League, Europa League, win trophies. You never know, right? So, I mean, hey, I would take that, right? Seriously.
To live in Naples, absolutely.
Yeah, but you avoid this. This is okay, that's what we say. But when you get this in Naples,
double, not okay. Yeah, what? No, I won't say it on
that. Hey, Scott, if you don't score,
that's it. He won't have no wheels on his car.
Yeah, true. Anyway, big up community. Please smash the like for Sal Warner and myself as well. I'll wait to see. Let me see what's going on. Maybe I should start a poll here. And please, if you can continue talking, I'm just going to say, do you think Scott McTominay will go to Napoli or will he stay? That's the poll that I'm going to be. Believe it or not, some people suffering from PTSD. I believe it. I believe he's going to go.
Yeah, there's no smoke without fire, 100%. Now that he's agreed personal terms. Some may say it's about time. You know, Scott McTominay leaves Man United. He could have went last season to West Ham. So he should be going to Naples now. It's a big opportunity for him in his career, 26, 27 years old. Massive opportunity to go to Serie A. You know, go there, make a legend of yourself. You know, do something different, eat pizza, enjoy it. And that's it, you know. A Baba Napolitano.
I mean,
exactly.
The reason why Alfredo Pedulla said he didn't capitalize to West Ham and Roma, because Roma wanted to sort of have him on loan. United wanted 35 million. West Ham didn't want to pay 35 million. They're willing to pay 30. And they all say, well, we're not willing to sell him. If the price is right, we'll sell him. Now the price has been reduced to 30 million pounds. And, you know, Napoli is willing to pay it. So let's see. I believe. Anyway, we're going to talk about other players. So what does that mean in the transfer market in terms of the budget, right? So looks like we're going Ugarte for a loan with an obligation to buy. Potentially small little fee to begin with. That means that we still have money, because it was reported that we still can buy a midfielder without even selling. So who would that be? Will it be a Rabiot? What's going on with Rabiot? Like, you know, he's still a free agent, out of contract. Will he be an option? Will we go back and also get Amrabat on a loan? That's applicable. You get 3 midfielders. But we do need a ball carrier. Could that be Rabiot, the number 8?
It could be. Me myself, I prefer someone like a Zubamendi, but obviously the 50 million price tag would be way too high. But it could be. I still believe we need a left back. Today it was quoted that we're not going to go after a left back, which is disappointing. Because we're disappointed. It's disappointing that we're not. I mean, unless they believe in Harry Mas and he's the one to go forward, it leaves us imbalanced again. Masruri can play there, but he's a right footer again, in playing in the left back. You know, so we do need a left back, in my opinion. I would have preferred that. We still got lots of midfielders in there. Obviously, Eriksen and Mount and Bruno and, you know, these... McTominay's still there, but he's leaving, of course. But, there's still too many midfielders in there. Just not quite good enough, in my opinion. We do. Ugarte would add still into our midfield, but we still need that left back for me. We need the left back sorted out, because we can't rely on Luke Shaw. 100%. Luke Shaw is just... I don't know. You cannot rely on him. He's injured every single season until the international break.
There could also be United leaking out to the press. Athletic, for instance, they use them as a mouthpiece to say, well, we're not going to pay more than 25 million, because I can go back to the early days of the window. Fabrizio Romano would say Manchester United's, you know, prime target is to get a 25 million pound left back. Now we've seen that Ferdi Kadioglu has not really yet been transpired and agreed with Brighton. So I know the United has been poking the bear there. Could that be now that we are getting this Ugarte free? I mean, loan, we get potentially Rabiot, we get Amrabat free, that we're actually utilizing that money to go for a left back on 25 million plus potentially a Zubamendi?
Absolutely. I was in Turkey a couple of weeks ago, and they were adamant he was going to Manchester United in Istanbul. They're adamant he was going there. They said, and I'm surprised that he's not gone there already, to be honest with you. Left back, left-sided centre-back, left wing-back. Great player, you know, versatile, 23 years old. Yeah, 30 million euros. Come on, you know, you're paying for one of the best up-and-coming fullbacks in Europe. So how much do you want him for at the end of the day?
Yeah.
And if we got Rabiot as well, and then Amrabat as well, I mean, come on, that's a 10 out of 10 window, of course, you know.
That is a 10 out of 10 window, 100%. But if you take 30 million euros, that is approximately 25 million pounds, right? Within the price range. Yeah. So I just say, I'm just saying, keep your eyes on that one, because they have not, you know, concluded the deal. So they're pretty much waiting what the situation where Man United is doing. So now when you see the stories that Ugarte is a loan with an option to buy, Scott McTominay will be sold. We've seen Pelistri for 10 million euros as well, going to Panathinaikos and we're going to see a couple of outgoings. Who else is going? Medjbury is going out. So we're generating funds. We will be generating funds. But left back is something that I certainly believe we need more than anything, and another midfielder. And then we're good, I think.
Absolutely, because Luke Shaw we can't rely on. Luke Shaw on his day, of course, Luke Shaw's a good player, but when he's playing, that's the problem with it. And it's been a while now. We can't keep relying on these players. We've got too much sentimental feelings towards these players. Malacia, God knows what's happening to Malacia, rehabilitation, whatever it is. He's only played a couple of games in a year. So at the end of we need to move on. We've got Harry Amas. I think we need Kadioglu and Harry Amas and let them two rotate between them two. And the other two, I believe we should get. Kadioglu would be a brilliant signing for me. Brighton, he was going to go to Brighton, apparently agreed terms with Brighton, but obviously his head's been turned. He hasn't signed for Brighton, so something could be going down.
So there must be something brewing. I think that, Gala is it Galatasaray? Is it Gala?
I think Galatasaray or Fenerbahce. No, he plays for Fenerbahce at the moment,
Fenerbahce, yeah. So that means they're waiting for United, obviously, and... even if it's been leaked out, Athletic says the United are not in for 30 Kadioglu. It could be just United playing the game, right? Because they're not going to pay more than 25 million. So we will see. Something's going to happen. I feel a surprise is about to happen. Now we sort of looked at, there'll be funds available. Now you get players on loan. Do we obligation to buy another loan player in Amrabat, potentially get Rabi on the free. Amas, can he do the role? Yes. Can Murray also do the role? Yes. But do you really want to rely on a 17-year-old? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. We want to have a situation where we have a more senior player that can play. I mean, we said, okay, Scott McTominay might go. Yes, that would generate funds. But, if you look at the left back, what you said, Luke Shaw, not reliable. Malacia, not reliable. Even if they come back after the international, they're going to be fifth or sixth choice, right? And they still have to play up to the fitness levels as well. So I wouldn't count on that. Then if you look at Mazraoui, yes, his natural position is right back, right? But he can also play left. But you need a left footer, right? Diego Dalot, I don't think Diego Dalot is so good on the left. He's better at right as well. So what do we have there? Are we going in for Brentway? No, he's a left-footed centre back that can play left back. Leach can also play left back, what we've seen, obviously, but it's not a specialist role, and we need a specialist.
Absolutely. Left back is a specialist position. It's a lot of attacking involved in left back position, and you can't just put a left footer centre back on the left back because they won't know what runs to make, overlapping runs, for example. You need a specialist guy in there, and we got to stop putting these square pegs in round holes. Because we can sign all the players we want in midfield, in up front, etc. But if you haven't got one part of the pitch sorted out, you're going to be imbalanced regardless. And teams are going to target that area, and they do on the right hand side. The left back position is what they target every single time we play a game against Man City, etc. They're switching the play out to that side because they know we haven't got a natural left back. Last season, there's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Then it was Dalot, and it's becoming a joke, really. We need to sort out this position. Harry Amas, I believe in him. I think he's a very good player for a young player, but you cannot put a player in a deep end 60 games a season. You got to have an experienced player in there and slowly bed him in. Bed him in. League Cup, Europa League, for example, like that.
What's your feeling regarding United selling Will Fish? On a permanent.
Mate. I just don't think we give these guys enough opportunity. I'm a big fan of Rice Bennett as well. I don't think we give these guys enough opportunity. We're holding on to players like Johnny Evans and we've got to give these guys an opportunity. Sir Alex Ferguson said it. If you don't give the young players a chance, they stagnate and they'll just drift away and have ordinary careers. But you have to give them their chance. He done okay in the pre-season as well. Every time he's played last year, this year, he's been good, and so has Rice Bennett. And I don't know why we don't give one of those players a chance, because at the end of the day, what's going to hurt you? It's not going to hurt you. Euro's going to be back. You got De Ligt is there, Leach is there. You can play him in the FA Cup, the League Cup, for example, rather than having Johnny Evans. I mean, John Evans is a good pro, but I think we're not looking forward with that.
Yolma means saying Pelistri had, here we go, about an hour ago, 6 million plus sell-on clause. There's 6 million pounds, which is equivalent to almost 10 million euros, I guess. This is a 50% sell-on clause as well. Like, we sell you now, and then the valuation, like a stock market, like a Bitcoin, might go up. And if you sell it, Man United make profit. So smart as well. But still, Pelistri, it was inevitable. Either you're going to sell, Amadiallo or Pelistri, I like Pelistri. I thought he never got the chance. He was never favored by the manager. But if we sell him with the 50% sell-on clause, that's a good business at the end of the day. He might do well at Panathinaikos, go for a bigger club.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we got embarrassment of riches on the right-hand side. He wasn't given an opportunity fairly in regards to Ten Hag. He obviously doesn't rate him. And my only criticism of Pelistri is lightweight. That's it. He's not strong for the Premier League. That's the only thing. But then you can argue that, did Anthony do well enough in that side? Was he good enough on that side? The only thing I would give to Anthony is physically better than Pelistri. But as you said, we got a sell-on clause. If he does well at his next club, then we get a bit of money from him from the sell-on clause, of course. He hasn't set the world alight on loan when he's gone on loan.
I'm just reading a report that Ancelotti asked Real Madrid to sign Everton's defender Jared Brentford. I think it's a lot of bullshit. Also, to say Man United make a Chiesa offer, I think it's a lot of bullshit as well. Ivan Toney, a striker, it's been a heavy debate, and I say, well, why is nobody in the Premier League club gone for Ivan Toney? Apparently, Saudi side yet to get close to valuation of Man United linked Ivan Toney. Al Halal, yeah. It's some way away from meeting Brentford's valuation of Manchester United linked Toney, but parties are hopefully agreeing deals this week. Man, Ivan Toney can offer you goals, I agree. But if you look at the persona profile, the mental profile of the character, one thing that you don't want, and that's one thing that Man United is moving away for, is, bad apples in the dressing room. And he seemed to be a bad apple for some reason. Like, why is not Arsenal bidding for him? Why is not Chelsea bidding for him? Why is the only option now, Al Halil, right? Saudi.
Yeah, he's a character, isn't he? So his wage demands are heavy, $250,000 a week, which is too much for him. A guy who's come from Brentford. I know that he wants his final payday at his age, 27 years old. But the problem we have with that is that we have some good young players up front, and we can't leave those on the bench for Toney, and Toney can't be on the bench either. There's going to be too much problems there, too much conflict going on there. If we bring in Toney, he's going to demand first team football. And we got Rasmus, of course. We got Xerxes now, of course. So, and Garnacho. So we can't really bring in a player of that ilk for that price and that wage.
Yeah, according to Yarley here, one of our moderators, say Ivan Toney is mad. No shit. He wants 22 million a year in wages, over 450k a week. Nobody's going to pay you that. Come on, are you
Cristiano Ronaldo? I guess that.
Yeah. So go to Saudi. They will pay you tax-free money. You will get your 450k a week, and you'll be sorted for 2 generations, paying all your kids' school tuitions and everything. You know how it is because you live in Abu Dhabi. It's tax-free.
Yeah, it's tax-free. Yeah, there's some things that are expensive though. Some things that they make up for the tax though. You know that.
Yeah. I know that. In fact, of Jaden Sancho, this is a hot topic. He's obviously on the shop window. I think it was kiss and make up for the gallery. Now reports coming in to say that Dortmund is coming back in, Juventus coming back in. Do you think it's kind of to push PSG to sign him?
Could be. Juventus are heavily linked with him, but Juventus can't afford Jaden Sancho. I don't think they got the money from him. They tried to loan him before when they tried to get him. We can't be doing any more loans. I mean, he was left out of the squad for Manchester United against Fulham, so there's something there going on. I don't think he would have been completely left out the squad if something wasn't going on. I just feel like the time is now for Jaden Sancho. He needs to go. It hasn't worked out for him. I believe that. And he needs to move on, in my opinion. Hopefully we can find a buyer, but I don't think anyone can afford him. Where is Borussia Dortmund? They were showing the love for Sancho last season. they're really showing like a family member, a lost family member, how they were tweeting about him and the love and etc. But when it comes to time to paying the money,
yeah. According to Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic, a fresh report this morning, Sancho to Stamford Bridge. Pair of fresh updates from Athletic this morning. United sensed that Premier League rivals Chelsea could yet accelerate the interest in Sancho, who is keen to acquire regular game time elsewhere. He's a value of £14 million, a significantly lower fee than 73 million forked out for him 2021. But listen, where is the fucking money coming from, Todd Bowley? What are you doing? Are you selling assets? Are you selling hotels? Getting Sancho in, like, come on. They have a first team squad. And I kid you not. They cannot even fit on a team bus. That's 40 players. Yeah. The current manager, he's going like, I can't even select, the most expensive player that we have, which is, what's his name? Raheem Sterling, 350K a week. How the fuck can they afford this? I just don't get it, right? How are they going to buy Osimhen and Sancho all of a sudden? Where's the money coming from? Please explain.
Yeah, exactly. So they're putting them on long contracts so that they are not paying as much money per week. It's like, for example, the long 10-year contracts that they have. They're working it well in regards to they're playing FFP, to be honest with you. They're doing it well. But at the same time, they can't sell those players because they're on such long contracts. It's very difficult for them. Someone should really look into them. Something I don't want to say anything sinister in regards to Chelsea. They are well run. They always have been in regards to Abramovich and that. But they don't need Sancho. They've got Madueke, of course. They've got Raheem Sterling, of course. Dewsbury Hall. They've got players up there. Like, they need a striker. I agree. Felix, he's played for them before, and he's not a goal scorer either. He's not going to score more than 30 goals this season. So I just think they're messing themselves up. They can take Sancho, have him. But I don't know how they're doing it, how they're playing the game, to be honest.
Have you seen the new Crest logo?
Is that Todd Bowley?
Anyway. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. He left 85 minutes, like he's straight on the phone. Get me Osimhen, get me Sancho. Come on. Just hoover up. They're like, Bayern Munich of the Bundesliga, hoover up everything. But it's so dangerous because this is going to catch up with them. If this project fails, Chelsea's going to be in the mud. We got some, Abdullah Irvan is providing some breaking news that Maxi Oyedele in talks to join Liga Warsaw. United prepared to sell him for a small fee and a large percentage on sale. What? Maxi Oyedele? Simon Jones at Mail Sport. Does this have any legs?
I wouldn't sell him. No, I was very impressed with him. For goodness sake, to Standard Liège. I mean, we used to have a partnership with Standard Liège back in the day when we brought through a couple of players from there. But I wouldn't sell him. I'd loan him, maybe, yeah. But I would not sell him. We need him, to be honest with you. I thought he was brilliant at doing. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant at doing the preseason, mate. I wouldn't do that. I don't believe it has any legs. I'll be surprised if we got rid of him.
What would you go to Poland to Warsaw's play, as Maxi Oyedele?
Is it Liga Warsaw or Standard Liège? Was it Liga Warsaw?
Liga Warsaw.
Wow.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it's going to Poland.
Maybe they have acquired about him. Maybe that's it. Yeah, Oyedele is a bully. We have further news also from Abdullah Irvan as well. Napoli sporting director Giovanni Manna traveled to England for a face-to-face meeting with Scott McTominay, and progress has been made on the deal. This is according to Laurie Whitwell. So basically what we are saying, this is heating up, right? If United knows they're going to get money from Scott McTominay, they probably told Sander Berge, we don't want you. And that's why you saw this quick deal all of a sudden. Fulham, I don't know, boom, sign Sander Berge. 20 plus 5, whatever. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, he said they don't want to go to Fulham. Sander Berge has been notified of this, that Manchester United are getting Ugarte. And basically, he said, okay, and I'll go to Fulham. And Fulham have got the money. I find it strange that Fulham purchased Sander, are going to purchase Sander Berge as soon as Man United were after him. It's like they're stalking our scouting network or something. Like all of a sudden they bought him, instead to get one back at us. But it's a good signing for Fulham, to be honest with you. It is a good signing for them. Yeah. It's good for them. But it goes to show you that the level we're at you know, where we were after Sanderberg, but who else is after Sanderberg? You know, we need to be clever with this. Reminds me of Schneiderlin a little bit when we signed Schneiderlin from Southampton. You know, it's a bit
It's very
strange.
interesting because I knew about the Giovanni Manna traveling. I knew there was advanced talks, but what transpired out of that meeting is probably a deal, like, you know, to say we will give you £30 million for him. Initially, they came in with sneaky with the loan, but I think it's going to be a deal. It looks like it. So exciting days, 10 days left of the window, people. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to go and check out the live poll, basically, because I said in the live poll, do you think McTominay will join Napoli? And 73% said yes, Sal. Close the poll. So 73% believe that he's going to go to Napoli.
He's going to Napoli. It looks like that way, doesn't it?
That'd be a 10 out of 10 window. Actually, a 10 out of 10 window if we get Luke Shaw. That would never happen. Rip up his contract.
Yeah, I find it, you know, I was a big supporter of Luke Shaw over the years. You know, I backed him up every single season. He's let me down big time because playing for England, you know, during the Euros and then being injured again, you know, it's crazy when you think about it. And he went on holiday as well.
Further, our assistant reporter here, Abdullah Irvan, saying Burnley are now interested in signing Hannibal Mejbri, a permanent deal or loan with the obligation to buy on both options at this stage. Well, there was some wide reports that in the Scottish League, Celtics and Rangers was also in for him. But now if Burnley comes in, where would you go? Burnley, or would you go to Scottish League? Burnley's relegated, right?
I'll go Burnley. I won't go Scottish.
No,
I won't go Glasgow Rangers. But at the end of the day, you will win trophy. You can. You're potentially more likely to win a trophy in Scotland than you are Burnley. So,
yeah. So it's going to be very interesting. Squeaky bum time, right? Time to deliver. I think Ugarte will be here. We go very, very soon, according to what I believe as well, what I've been heard, and according to what Fabrizio Romano also did. This eyes, meaning retweeting his tweet with this eyes. That means keep your eyes on the prize. Scott McTominay, exciting. You know, he rejected everything else. He wants Napoli, agreed personal terms. Napoli wants him the pushing. And based on that, we have a sale of Pelistri. We might have a sale of Mejbri as well. There's still business to be done. And I think this last 10 days of the window is the crescendo. This is where deals starting to progress, right?
Big few days ahead. Don't be surprised if we get a deadline day as well. You know, we could end up waiting to the deadline day until we sign a couple of. Hopefully, it's not Ugarte. Hopefully, we can get him done this week. But I believe we'll get another deal done before the close of the window. I think we will, in and out.
I hope a Ferdy Kadioglu. This is what I want. Please, Man United. I think it's a filler out to Athletic that we're saying we are not going to go. We're not going to be mugs if you want to high money. I know that he hasn't really completed the deal for Brighton. I think his preferred option is to go to play for Man United. Who wouldn't? And I think that Fenerbahce is holding on for Man United. So that's why they haven't agreed the terms. And now there's money available. Why wouldn't they go for a left back, or assign another midfielder? We will watch your eyes. Like Rabiot potentially on a free hasn't agreed to anything as of yet. He's contractless, so he cannot play for Juve. And listen, Hermoso that died anyway. He's another free agent, left-footed centre backs.
And Gutierrez, we could sign him. He's a little bit more pricey, but as well. But Hermoso, yes. Apparently, Hermoso is looking to sign a new contract, isn't he? At Atletico Madrid. I'm not too sure, but he's another one. We just need cover there. But Hermoso is more of a left-sided centre back, so we definitely need that left back in there. If we don't have Harry Amas, of course, to rotate with Harry Amas. Big up, Mark. What's going on?
Big up, Sal. Big up, Mick.
Yes,
big up to the.
Look who just woke up. Mark,
he was at my stream this morning.
Ago, you know what I mean? I was looking
50 minutes later. This is not Trini time, my friend. 50 minutes. You're a disgrace.
Bro, I saw you said you were going live. And I was like,
Jaden Sancho in the house.
Yeah, Jaden Sancho. You know, Trini vibes, bro. Trini vibes. I can't help it, guys. Can't help it. Today was one. I got home late from work this morning. So, you know, I normally take an hour and a half and then do a stream. But I was like totally knocked out this morning, bro. I was like, not happening. But good news. You know what I mean? Waking up to good news and reports that, you know, all of us were talking about this week. I would say it would be exciting for the fan base. Finally a breakthrough on Manuel Ugarte. Get some money into the club. It's sad to see Palestri go, to be fair, just like Willie Kwambala, but hopefully there's a sell-on clause involved or a buyback clause, something like that might be sticked in. We might hear the details about that later on. Let's hope, that's the best I could say. Other than that, I'm kind of excited right now because I feel like, if we get this deal done in the next couple of days for Manuel Ugarte, we might see like the final push of the window, maybe 1 or 2 free agents coming in, and it would be a good situation.
We spoke about that. We spoke about Amrabat on an agent waiting. He hasn't agreed anything. Rabiot's on free. Hermoso is still on the cards. And I think that, even if Athletic reported that Man United would not go for a left back or Ferdi Kadioglu has not agreed. He's a Man United target. We need a left back. And I think that we can utilize that money. We free up the funds now so we can go for left back and potentially another midfielder. We don't need a striker. We don't need a winger. We are stacked. I think we are good. We just need to fill the defense, solidify the defense, and 2 midfielders, and we're good to compete. What do you reckon?
Well, I wanted to ask you guys a question. So I wouldn't really give my opinion on that, but I wanted to ask you guys a question. What do you guys think about Fiorentina coming in into negotiations for Victor Lindelof? Seeing that, we have Amrabat waiting in the wings. And we had a meeting last week where we talked about paying off 2 players. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was one of those players. I think Victor Lindelof is the second of those 2 players. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, his response was to post a tweet with him in the crutches saying, "I'm injured, dodging the bullet to be sold." He's happy in Manchester. Why wouldn't you? His wife is settled, but at the end of the day, Fiorentina, there's been some reports that Italian clubs are interested. I said, take it. Take it.
Exactly. So. I was waiting for him to have the neck brace around as well, just to add the prop, just to add to the props,
It's possible, But I think that's something that would help us with our pursuit of our left back option. Of course, we all wanted Ferdi Kadioglu because he was very diverse as well and versatile. He could have played anywhere across the field. But if we don't get him, like Sal was saying earlier, there's Miguel Gutierrez. I think that's a prime option. He has a set price at 30 million euros release clause, and if we get him or Adrian Truffert, the young Frenchman that's been rumored recently, that's somewhere in the region of 20 million euros. That's even cheaper. Why not?
Well, or even a Ferdi Kadioglu. You know what I mean? That's what we spoke about. Either you get Ferdi, or what you said there as well, like, was it Girona's winger? No, yeah. Left back, yeah. There's always been the prime targets. But I find it suspicious that Brighton has not sealed the deal as of yet. So there's something fishy going on there. Even if Laurie Whitwell has come out to say from Athletic that MUFC has said they're against pursuing a left back, I don't believe it. I think it's United briefing out the story, like, in a way. Just not to be mugs, like, because all of a sudden money, everyone knows that now the money is available. Like, now we're getting a Ugarte on a loan with no obligation to buy. We're getting a lot of loan players. They know we got money all of a sudden. So this is a play for the gallery. And what you do, you feed out to the press that we're not interested, right?
Possible, but at the end of the day, there was reports that they did agree a deal in terms of fee agreed with the club as well as personal terms with the player. So it might be a situation that Man United probably trying to hijack the deal, but I think that's a difficult hijack to make. I don't think United will be willing to spend anywhere upwards of £35 million for a left back, even if it's Kadioglu. I think that's too much money. But at the same time, let's see how it goes. That's the most I could say for that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, to be honest, right, guys, we are building a squad to compete, right? If they decide that Harry Amas is good enough, then I back them, because what I saw in the preseason, he was good. He's got plenty of things to learn, but it's not the starter every day, right? That's what I'm saying. Will we get potentially a loan deal? I don't want Chilwell. I don't want this Marcos Alonso. I don't want this Deadwoods. Come on. If you look at fucking Chilwell, he's fucking more injury prone than Luke Shaw. I did a video about this. So I don't see any other that's available that's good enough, right? And if Cucurella comes in, I'd be tempted to run in there with a hedge, to cut his hair, you know what I mean? Sorry. Sorry,
Cucurella is actually not a bad defender, to be fair. He know how to win fouls and these kind of things now. You know how to simulate. The dark arts is strong with Cucurella. And in some situations, you need a player like that in your squad, you know, because at the end of the day, everybody has a player like that in the squad that wins things. If you look at Man City, they have Rodri. You know, they don't only have Rodri, but they have Bernardo Silva as well. You know what I mean? And if you look at John Stones, he's not that different. So these things is necessary.
Yo, Mark, I'm going to ask you a question. You live in Germany. You have the finger on the pulse on German news. There was some fresh reports saying that Dortmund is now back in for Jaden Sancho. Is there any truth in that? What's been said and done in Germany?
Yeah, Plattyberg was talking about that this morning. There's also reports coming in from the other guy, what's his name, Christopher Mitchell, that Dortmund are in negotiations with Manchester United for a deal for Jaden Sancho. However, Man United are not planning to sell the player for a cut fee. Of course, they're not going to ask Dortmund for 60 million euros. They're possibly going to want something between 40 to 45. But let's see how it goes. Like, for me, I am left and right on this situation right now. It could, in my opinion, Dortmund could be negotiating for the player, but unless they're coming up with good money, I would not do a deal. I would not loan them Jaden Sancho. And if they want a loan with obligation, they had to pay 50 million. Guaranteed.
Well, guys, one thing,
no clauses.
Yeah, but guys, one thing is for sure, we've seen it before. Like, you know, we lived many transfer windows, and we know 10 days left of the window, clubs are coming back trying to get a bargain deal. Like, you know, meaning that, are we desperate to sell, right? Do we need to sell Sancho? If we do, Pellistri is out of the door. Are we short on wingers? You know, question mark. If we get a good price, we'll sell him, but we will not loan him. Sell.
I mean, if we can't sell him, if we can't get the price for Jaden Sancho, just keep him. He can play the false number 9 as well. He can't only play on the right. So I'll just keep him, give him a chance, give him another season, see how it goes. You know, I don't doubt his quality. He's got quality. We know that. It's just that it hasn't worked out for him at Man United for whatever reason it is. Obviously, what happened last season didn't help anything, so in regards to that. But in regards to Dortmund spoke a lot last season. They posted pictures of him, like the long lost family member and all this business. But when it came to pulling out the cash, they ain't got the cash. So at the end of the day, I don't think anyone's going to pay for Jaden Sancho, especially his wages as well. We've got to remember he's got a lot big wages. So left out the squad against Fulham though. It was strange
there is something going on. Ear infection, my ass. Something.
Let me don't do that. I feel like he probably really did have an ear infection. You know, these guys coming back from vacation, swimming in a lot of swimming pools. It's warm weather in London. You can't swim in a pool otherwise. You know what I mean?
It's those first class headphones, bro.
They're just noise cancellation. I don't want to hear noise cancellation. Why? I mean, I agree. Danny saying here, why not give Amos a chance? I think he's brilliant, like what I've seen. But my only worry is, do we want to burn out a 17-year-old turning 18? I don't think so, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's the old DNA of Man United. You're good enough, you're old enough. And yeah, if they've seen something in Amos, which I've seen, can definitely do the role, right? Maybe they're convinced. Maybe United board is convinced to say, well, he did well at preseason. We don't need to buy a left back. Maybe we stick with him.
I believe so. I think that's their philosophy. I think that is their philosophy at Ineos. I believe they want to concentrate on youth as well. Sorry, Mark.
No, go ahead. I was just reacting to Stephanie comment in the chat anyway.
Yeah, but I just feel like we need to give this player a chance, because Sir Alex Ferguson said, if you don't give young players a chance, they stagnate. You know, he's got the talent. We just need to develop that talent and make it blossom at the end of the day. Yeah, he's raw. Yeah, his positional play isn't the best. But that comes with time. That comes with obviously playing games, you know. Obviously, we can't play in 50, 60 games a season. We do need a left back. Hopefully, Shaw will come back and he'll play more than 10 games this season. Yeah. You know, but you have to believe in him.
Yeah, CK is saying, Scoopy Moses is saying we need a striker. I don't think we need a striker. I think we're good. You know, Xerxes, I believe Xerxes is going to have a stellar. I have a feeling Xerxes is going to cook for some reason. Him and Rasmus Højlund are going to play on top, like two strikers like Yorkie and Coley used to do, right? I believe we're going to play a 4-2-4 in a way. or sometimes 3 in the back. So yeah, I don't think we need a striker. Plus we have young Ethan Wheatley. Plus we have this wonder kid from Arsenal as well. There's going to be parallel between under 20s, and we're talking about Cheeto Obi Martin.
The situation with Cheeto is a little bit sketched right now because Arsenal had launched a complaint to the FA. So technically he is a United player, but technically he's not been fully registered into the club yet. So it's a little situation
salty.
there.
They are so salty they lost him. That is what it is, right?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? We could do a striker, you know what I mean? I don't think it would hurt to bring in a striker, but it's the type of striker that you're bringing into the club. You don't want a striker coming in demanding 30 to 40 games starting to come in to play with Højlund and Xerxes. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Because then the two of those strikers will develop next 2 or 3 years to what the striker that could be if they get more game time now. So I think it's going to be something like, you know, we'll deal with what we have. We have young Ethan Wheatley as our third choice backup. By time October, you know, the situation with Cheeto Obi Martin should be resolved. So he should be able to be as a floating option if need be, if in the event that we have an injury or something like that. But, you know, I think we should, you know, take a step back from considering if we had an injury and consider if the squad is fit in that sort of argument.
Okay, fantastic, guys. We're about to wrap up the show. We've gone on extra time. We're over 1 hour. And if you're suffering from the hangover yesterday, Jarvis did a 2 hour and 15-minute show yesterday. That was a brilliant podcast, as per usual. But there's 909 watching, according to my live counter, what I have in front of me, and only 37 likes. Shame on you. Let's get up at minimum 100 likes for the boys to come in here slaving in the kitchen. Mark coming in late as per usual, but you know, we have brilliant Sal Warner in the house as well, and Jim Watkins coming in to say, at the moment, Man United, we are like a cake, all looking good on the outside, and on the top we have no base. The base is the midfield. Oh, that is the glue that holds up the whole team. Things looking good. I like that analogy, but I wouldn't say the base would I say is the back four, and the middle is actually the midfield. Or it's like a Formula One car, right? You need to have the middle torque, which is the engine, and the back that balances everything, and then the front is the strikers. So yeah, the midfield is the engine, I would say.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a good analogy, but it could be a Bubba Napolitano just filled up with rum. You know,
we play rumble. Yeah, true that, right? Because at the end of the day, like, you know, we are now getting a little bit spoiled. I like the way we are setting up. I like the way we are pressing. You know, I like the way we're playing out from the back. I can see the patterns, and I can see that we are now tight, compact in the midfield, which is completely polar opposite from last season and the seasons before. We had the big famous, you know, Danish donut hole, like we were playing McFred. So yeah, it's gonna improve next season, but we need Ugarte in there. 100%, we need Ugarte. He's got my legs, and with Ugarte, you sometimes can play a much more defensive line as well with Casemiro and Ugarte against the bigger clubs if you're holding on for. So, final question to you and the VR room: do you think that Ugarte signing will transform this team massively? You know, obviously they desperately want him. They see him as a fantastic system player, and the Casa gives away the way we want to play, like that destroyer.
I think he will. I think he will change the team 100%. Is what we've been missing for the last few years. Casemiro is brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but he can't play 50, 60 games a season. We need someone else there who can rotate with him. I would have liked to see someone like a number 8 in there as well to rotate with Mainu, because we're going to burn Mainu out as well. We need someone in there as well. But obviously we've got Oyedele who can come in, and Collier who can come in as well. So we need to trust the youth as well. Believe that. Trust the youth. Youth, courage, success. That's what it's all about, Man United. So Mark, we need to trust in that as well.
Your final words on this?
I think you know, contrary to the burnout thing, I mean, I do think we need to have balance in the team where we have options for the youth to get rotated, especially. But these are young players, 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, that, you know, all their young lives, they've been playing for this one moment, training, working hard for these moments to play in these games. So I think giving them a chance while managing their minutes is the best choice. You know, I mean, they should no one player, no matter who they are, should start every single game. I think they should play for the max 30 games a season. We play about 60 games, so I think that's about half. Whether they start 30 or not, that's a different story. But, we definitely need to find a way to work the youth in with these current senior players that we have this season. I think it will be the ideal situation going forward. Just me.
Yeah. So we have a Z in Xerxes front, and we have U, like the U-turn Ugarte, enforces not Clint Eastwood, by the way. Funny. It's like, hey, what's up, punk? You want to play rough? Yeah, Ugarte, he is, according to my opinion, like, I've been watching a lot of clips and compilation and reading the scouting reports. Like, he's not the ball carrier, but he offers you the mana, the South American Inca warrior spirit, like Licha. Imagine having him in the midfield, like a pit bull on a bone, won't let go, right? Very aggressive, a shitbag, properly, a destroyer. Fuck me. That's what we need. That's what we need. Mark, you have something there. What's going on?
Yeah. This is my current representation on Manchester United. Right now, we're like one of those supercars right now that in the shop. We just came out of the shop. No, we just got into the shop. We fixed all the parts, all the damage in the engine to the back. But we're working out the front part right now. The new custom front is coming. You know what I mean? It's under work. It's a work in progress, and we will be there. We will be there.
We will be there. This is the analogy that me and Papi was using. Like, we are like a scrapyard. Like, we're going to the scrapyard. We're buying a door from Volvo, a windshield from Fiat. It's just mismatched, So we kind of rebuilding.
I think it's more of we are a supercar made by Ferrari, but we need to order parts, overnight delivery from all the way in Dubai where there's manufactured the parts. So we have to wait now because some of the parts got lost, in shipping. The container was stranded on the port for a few weeks, so it's coming to come. Once finish it up, by time Christmas we should be, glistening, brand new front, brand new rims and tires. A new sound system should be in the plane, and we'll be driving slow in the London streets. Banging the music loud.
Cool. We have some late arrivals. We have Sandra Myers in the house saying Toby Collier will break through this season. I believe so too. And Kat is in the house. Morning to you, Kat, and Elite Bowler and Stephanie Griffith. And that's about it, people. Interesting. 10 days left. Squeaky bum time. I believe. I still understand there is some fan base that are negative, living under the rock, PTSD and complaining. But listen, you can't make everything in one summer, right? First and foremost, you look at what you said, the engine, the backroom stuff has been sorted. We got a new technical director in. We got a sporting director, head of recruitment, new set piece coaches, new goalkeeper. Everything's been fixed, right? And now we're kind of fixing up the squad. So I said it, like, I'm not looking what other people are doing. I'm not worried. For me, this is no excuses right now. We're playing Brighton away in this tricky game. The way we beat Brighton is pace, pace, because they're so fast in transition and moving the ball. No matter which manager they get, they always play the same style of play, right? But I believe we're going to do a number on Brighton. I certainly believe. Matoma, we got to keep him on the toes. That's going to be a massive challenge for Maserati, by the way, if you're looking at the cars. And then Liverpool at home, right? So we're going to smash Liverpool as well. Or?
Possibly. I mean, I think the Brighton game would be a decent game, to be fair. I don't think it's going to be as difficult as a lot of fans think. I think a lot of fans looking at the United performance last season, and that team last season that was ridden with injuries and didn't have any proper players in defense, to be fair, for most of the season. But, Brighton did well against Everton. I'm not going to take that away from them. They scored 4 goals. But, I mean, that Everton team was without Branthwaite. It was without a lot of their starters, and they were looked very lost. They weren't the compact Everton that is very good in a low block and very compact going forward, as we know, as hits on the counter-attacking breaks. So I think their high line was not really tested, and that will be a big test against Ahmad and the likes of our strikers, including...
Yeah. It suits us better, like, to hit him on transition and stuff and have possession 100% and press with all 6 on front. But Danny, you're giving me a food for thought, like, regarding Collier. And we might not see us purchasing another midfielder because we are giving Amas a chance. We believe in Amas. We're seeing Collier. They're playing like a seasoned pros already, right? And what impresses me is with Mazraoui is like he looked like he played 2 years already with Man United. He just slotted right in, but he was still a little bit reserved because he's still learning the team, but he knows the system, right? Anyway, that's it, people. We are gonna finish off the stream by saying thanks. Thank you for everyone that's tuning in this morning. Big up to Mark for coming 15 minutes late. There will be penalties. There will be point deductions for sure. FFP is counting. And Sal, as per usual, hey, Salvatore.
Big up the Sal.
Big up, Mark. Big up, Nimic. Thanks for having me.
And plus, and you, for guys, you coming in late, Piers, sorry, just to summarize things for you as well. It looks like it's going to be here we go very, very soon for Manuel Ugarte. There's going to be a loan with an obligation to buy. Fabrizio Romano has retweeted with a pair of eyes. That means it's going to happen. In my opinion, Scott McTominay to Napoli advanced. It's offering 30 million. They just need to offload some players. It's going to happen by my understanding because you can look at the domino effect that he rejected Fulham. He only wanted to play for Napoli. And we have many, many players out of there. What's going to happen with Jaden Sancho? Multiple bids coming in, Dortmund's coming in again, Bayern, potentially Juve, potentially PSG. Where I'm saying Bayern is because they lost the target of Desiree Doué, a winger. They might get that. Left back, we might still get a 30. We don't know. But also Victor Lindelof to Fiorentina also might happen as well. So guys, this brilliant podcast this morning. Thank you to all my guests. Sal Warner, please promote yourself, sir. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Stretford Post, like the Stretford end. So just type in Stretford Post on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm live twice a day. So
yeah, you are.
Peace.
Early morning, you can find him. Peace. Before anyone else, he's there. Mark, as well, you are heading towards 1,000 subscribers on your personal channel. And before you do, let me remind you to unmute yourself.
Big up to everyone joining. Thanks for having me on, guys. It's a pleasure to be always here with you. Sal, big up, long time. You know what it is. Watch your streams in the morning. Big up to the chat. Everyone here shows everyone so much love. Don't forget to show Sal some as well. Thanks for all the support, guys, on the road to 1K. Hopefully I get there very soon. But you know what? Glory, glory, Manchester United.
Yeah. You know what? And on the honor of this channel, the magic bullet just happened over the weekend. 40K subscribers. I am lost for words. Again, I can't believe it. We started this channel 2 years in the making. Mark came in as you just popped in one day, just had you say, and then you were a producer, Mark, and then you are now late, Mark, and we met Sal on the way. We met so many brilliant people that's part of this this channel. And one thing that we do, we love to talk about United. So big up to all of you. And go, please check out Sal as well. Go to Mark's channel as well. Help him on the road to 1,000K. I know the feeling. Until then, people, you know what we do? Glory, glory, Manchester United. Not what Papi say. Go, go, Man United. That's the new norm. And if you haven't watched it, you will know, because on KG's show, we were absolutely roasted him. Like, go, go, Man United, instead of for GG.
Who does that, bro?
And now everyone is cooking him like, go, go, transfer market. Go, go.
Sal, bro, I don't think you know about Papi watched GGMU and said go.
GGMU. What did he say? Go, go, Man United.
I was like, bro,
oh my God.
This is not Power Rangers,
I
buddy.
set him up. I set him up on the good, bad, and the ugly with KG. So I sent in a little bit of a super chat. Say, Papi, go roast your chicken and eat your dinner. Glory, glory, Manchester, because we are cooking. And I put hashtag GGMU. And he read it out the chat and he goes, go, go, Man United.
Oh,
so we're not letting him live for that one. We're not letting him live for that one.
He should know that, though, right?
Yeah, he should know that, though.
Then I called him.
Then
I called him and absolutely gave him roast for like a go-go Man United. It's like you're auditioning for go-go Man. What did you call it? Mr. Gadget. Go-go Gadget like that.
Go-go Gadget. Yeah, if only we had a go-go Gadget. Go-go Gadget midfield.
The Swiss Army knife. Anyway, people, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, beautiful panel, for everyone. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. And let us get to at least 100 likes on this video. What other people are getting 1,000, I don't know why we're getting 1,000 likes. We're not greedy, but but it's free. Like. See you to the next one. Peace, love, and go banana. Ciao. Bye. Allora.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.
Mark, go
Yo.
Man United.
Bro, you did never do that, bro. You should never do that, bro. You're not going to live that until halfway through the season, bro. I pounding them about that every stream.
People, we still finish the show, but remember, go Man United. Make it a trademark.
Should I never do that?